Welcome back, OSLP family.
Welcome.
So stoked.
This is Melanie.
This is Kelly.
This is our Sleep Life podcast.
We did that totally backwards,
did.
but whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever
totally
works. you know what you're listening to and you know our names. So that's all that matters.
And what's wrong with you?
Let's go back to the beginning and listen to the whole thing and then come back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this one's a special one.
This is something that we have never done before.
Never done before.
And we actually have 5 of the bariatric men.
Yeah, we do.
On this call. We're going to do a bariatric guy panel.
Yeah. Holy crap.
I know.
Yeah.
This is the most people that we've had on one interview ever.
Yeah. So we're going to introduce them one by one.
Yes.
And just they're going to tell a little bit about themselves and their journey. And then we're going to kind of go from there.
Yes.
So
exactly.
Let's start with Brian.
Brian, you're up first.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right. There we go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. I'm Brian McCrae. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I was sleeved in April of 2016. Topped out at about 425 pounds.
Okay.
6 years of ongoing progress, and it's been the best thing I ever did in my life, I tell you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what are you at right now?
Just got weighed the other day, 223.
Yes.
Damn, you lost so much weight.
That's incredible.
Awesome.
So I put on some, but healthy weight.
Yeah. We all do that.
Yeah.
Like that 10 to 20 pound window, I think is fine.
Kelly says it's fine.
Yeah. Kelly always says it's fine.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Nice. What was your why?
Honestly, it was when I had a blockage. I was admitted into the hospital, winded up driving myself to the ER. And as I'm in there being tested, hooked up to a bunch of cables, and my daughter, who at the time was around 15, she looked over at me and said that I wasn't going to be able to watch her graduate.
Oh.
And that was it. That was the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would get me too.
That's a big one. Yeah.
I just got chills from that one because I'm like, I remember.
Well, D's 15.
Well, yeah, D's my kid's 15 years old, and just thinking him to like have that conversation with me, I'd be like just devastated.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember when my dad had his first heart attack and stroke, I said the same thing to him, and he was like, he got healthy for a while, but he got the liver cancer and died. So, but still, like he tried, he knew, and I had that conversation too with him.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
get it.
Well, I was gonna ask you. Oh, Dr. Dovek did your surgery.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, 6 years ago.
We love Dr. Dovek.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first meeting with her. She's really the one who kicked me into high gear. She told me that I was probably going to be the most successful male that she had seen in some time. And I just never doubted that comment for a minute. And as soon as I went in for the procedure, actually before the procedure, I lost around 70 pounds because it's about window. I lost around 70 pounds, and I just said, I'm ready. Let's do it. And went in for the surgery, and it was like a rocket ship after that.
Oh my goodness. I'm so happy for you. That is so freaking cool. I had no idea that Dr. Dovek did any of those things.
Yeah. It's pretty. She's pretty incredible.
Rock star.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. And then Chris.
Let's unmute Chris.
Ask to unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies, what's up?
Ladies.
How's it going?
It's going good. So I'm Chris. I'm 31. I live in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Just in case no one knew Virginia Beach was in Virginia.
I had no clue.
I had the gastric bypass May 26, 2020. So I'm just over a year now.
Yeah.
Time flies. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I did it for my 3 daughters. I have 3 kids. They're 8, 6, and 3. And the best thing now is being able to run after them and them getting tired before me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Your kids are so freaking cute.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh my God. I just wanted to just pinch their faces.
What was your highest weight?
I started at 364.
Okay.
And the last time I weighed in was on my 1 year, and I was 169.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Wow.
that's
Good
a
job.
lot of weight.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
crazy. So right now I'm trying to gain muscle, and I want to be around 220. So we'll see how that
Okay.
works out.
Okay. So now you're going to be muscle building.
Yeah.
And hopefully that doesn't mess with my mind a little bit, because losing all that weight and then gaining is a little tricky, but I'm gonna try to fight that.
I see Brian go, "Mhm,
Yeah.
yep.
Like I
I
never
think
thought in my mind that I'd be 170 pounds. That's mind blowing.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet.
I remember when I hit my lowest and I was just like, this is fucking insane.
Mhm.
How did I get here?
Yeah. I'm just like in like shock.
Her
I'm like,
mind
holy
is
shit.
blown.
Well, because like I never reached that low. So it's like my lowest is 179. So I'm just like, man, if I can get to there, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
and you had bypass, which is awesome. Because
Yeah.
like, you know, we are sleeved, but like we want every different type of surgery on
Yeah.
too. So did you have any complications with this bypass or anything?
Thankfully, I've been good. I've had no
Yes.
complications. I've been able to eat anything that I have eaten has been perfect. So I'm thankful there.
Oh, good.
that's
People
awesome.
need to hear that more because they're kind of scared of bypass, and it's like
Mhm.
they'll be fine. We got to see.
Yeah,
something.
we watched a live surgery with the bypass, and that was, I mean, I was like, oh,
Yeah, it's a lot simpler than you think it is.
oh, okay. I see it now.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
why people choose that.
Oh, awesome.
All right, let's go to Jeremy.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Did it work?
Maybe.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good, real good. So my name is Jeremy. I live in Maine right now.
Okay.
I grew up in Pennsylvania, lived in Virginia for 14 years, and then we moved here.
Okay.
And I just had the sleeve done in November of 2020. So I'm like 6 months out now or so.
Jeez.
So yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
it's been,
I thought you were further along.
Oh, no. Well, I've hit my year mark at 6 months. So like what they wanted me at. So I got down faster than they thought. So
Whoa.
yeah.
You hit that mark way early.
Yeah.
That's impressive. What was the high weight?
My highest weight was in 2019. I hit 386.
Okay.
And then I lost 86 pounds before surgery. So
Damn.
I hit 299 the day of surgery. And then I've lost the rest since surgery. So
And what are you at now?
229.
Nice.
So
Good
That's
freaking
awesome.
job, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. What was your why?
just to be here for my family. And you know, when I saw the number almost hit 400, it just was like this light bulb went off to be here for my wife and for my daughter. And like, I want to see her grow up, graduate, do all those things, walk her down the aisle, and you know, just not leave them early and just try to do my best for them. So
Love it. How old's your daughter?
she'll be 10 in July.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
So that, you know, that was the huge reasons of why I needed to do what I did. So
Well, we're glad that you did it, and you did it so quickly.
Yeah.
Like 6 months.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah,
cow.
no, I've had no issues, no complications.
Perfect.
Everything's gone smooth. So, you know, just
Awesome.
following what the surgeon and the doctor say. So
that's the key.
Key to success is just
Mhm.
following the process and trusting that it
Mhm.
will happen, even when you hit those stalls. 'Cause
Yeah.
Those
Oh, yeah.
happen. So did
Yeah.
you have any troubles with stalls or anything?
I mean, I had stalls. Like I would
Mhm.
stay at a weight for a week or 2 weeks, and just then all of a sudden it would just move, and you know, I just kept going with it. Like nothing, you know, it messed with your head a little bit. Like that's the biggest. I think the biggest thing I've had issues with is the mental side of it, not the physical. The physical side I thought was easy. It's the mental side of it is the tricky part that you have to get through. And being a part of the community and having support and people to go talk to and ask questions, and
Mhm.
that has really helped, because other people have gone through it and have been there. So listening to what they have to say, and you know, and now I have people, asking me the same questions that I was asking others. And it's really cool to see that cycle go.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. It's
Like-
weird when you're the one getting the questions.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like for so long we've been the one asking the
Yeah.
questions, and now it's reversed. Like,
Exactly.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So who's up next?
One of the Robs.
One of the Robs.
Which Rob? We're gonna go
Dad Rob.
Dad Rob.
Hey, ladies, I'm Rob from New Jersey, as well as the other one. So yeah, if you're only following one Rob who got VSG surgery in New Jersey, Rob Motivation's the one. But if you follow two, you want my latest history, and that's where I come
That's
at.
right.
I'm 11 and a half months out of my surgery. I started at 365 pounds as of this morning. I am at 210, so that's about 155 pounds. I know,
Oh.
not even close to my goal weight yet, but
What's your goal weight?
It's been amazing. So my doctor has me at 180. So
Okay.
it's one of those things that I'm working at and been putting on muscle. So I'm trying to do that balance like all the other dudes in this community of balancing, putting on muscle while still losing weight and keeping that balance. My why was the same as everyone else. I've got two amazing daughters who are 9 and 5. They're outside running amok right now while I am down here recording this. So if my house is on fire after this, it's them.
Okay.
But it's been awesome.
Good, good. And so no complications.
No, knock on wood, except one when I came right out of surgery. I was hypertensive when I went into surgery. So that was one of my major issues. So my blood pressure was sky high after surgery. And
wow.
I suffer from anxiety. So of course, post-op, I wake up and I naturally, when I wake up from a deep sleep, I kick my legs out from under the bed and swing myself up. So
Okay.
when I did that, I knocked out a nurse right off the bat,
Oh,
coming
no.
out of surgery. Yeah. So in true fashion, they restrained me,
Yeah.
which they should have, because I did come out and clock a nurse coming out of post-op. So they restrained me, and my blood pressure's high, and they tell me my blood pressure's high, and that of course gives me an anxiety attack because I got that going on. So my blood
Mhm.
pressure and everything shoots higher than even before, and they're like, all you need to do is calm down. And I'm sitting there restrained to a bed going, I just need to be released and I'll be fine. And of course they don't do that when you shoot up high and you're hyperventilating. So
No way.
there was 2 hours where they pretty much had me restrained and I couldn't get my blood pressure down, but then they finally let me sit upright. I let out a massive burp, and everything like in a true TV show. It also came out the other end, ladies. Thanks for sharing.
No.
And then literally like on a bad sitcom, every machine just stopped going nuts. It was like beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good now. Can I go? And they're like, yeah, we'll put you up to the room. So outside of that, it's been an amazing journey and I've been so thrilled to death to be a part.
Oh, that was the best ever.
Seriously, best
Like-
story.
Yeah.
All right, gotta go. I'm not topping that story. So
Like I'm
You're
out.
like, peace. Yeah, you got to come back. There's more questions.
Oh my
Sorry.
goodness, that is so good. Did you get the bypass or did you get the sleeve?
I got VSG.
WSG.
Me and Rob Motivation, we've done this when we do men's support. We can't actually say our surgery, so we say VSG. I don't know if he's gotten better at that, but I still can't do it. So it's VSG.
Vertical sleeve gas
Gastronomy?
vestibular.
See? Yeah, it's tough,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said it. Didn't you hear
PSG.
it?
That's the word.
Yeah, I did. We did the same thing. It's like, oh yeah, vertical seat, and
Yeah.
just perfectly said it. So,
Yeah. It's like Worcestershire.
Oh, the Worcester sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. you
Worcestershire.
never
yeah,
say
that's in my
Desire.
burgers, and I can't tell you how to say it either. So
Yeah.
Right? Delicious.
It's
Never-
the yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh,
this
your
is the
eyes got
content
a
everyone
little
came to see: is saying VSG and the stuff that goes in hammer. So
Yes.
Seriously.
we're hitting all the
Exactly.
greats today.
I love it. Thank you, Rob. Well, let's check in with the other Rob and see what his was like.
The hot Rob.
I'm not saying that
Why?
because you say it enough for everyone.
Yeah, well, that's how I keep them straight.
I know.
You can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're good.
Okay. All right. I'm Rob. I'm from New Jersey as well. I had VSG surgery. At this point, I'm down 110 pounds. So I've been maintaining that for the past 2.5 years now.
That's amazing.
And yeah,
What was your top weight again?
290.
290.
And where are you at now? I can't do
180.
math.
No, it's all
180.
good. 180, yeah.
Math is hard, people. Math is hard.
That's why you have me. I'm a math major. It's totally fine. I got you.
Totally. Yeah, she's gonna be my accountant.
That's true. I am.
Just hand all of her my money. Here you go. Figure it out for me. What was your why?
Yes, you're why.
I mean, my weight just I fluctuated. I would lose weight and then gain it back. And then at a certain point, it just kept going up, and I wasn't going to live the rest of my life like that. So I've tried like multiple different diets and going to the gym and just basically an unhealthy way sometimes. And this was a last resort, and I reached that point. I've always looked into surgery, but I just never did it. And then I did it. So it's been the best decision that I've ever made.
Good.
I'm so glad.
We are so glad that all of you got the surgery, because like I know I have men in like friend groups that like feel like there's a stigma with the men getting it, and they're just like, I don't know. And I'm like, yes, you should do it. You should do it. It does not matter what gender you are. Like it's all about health, not whether you're a dude or a girl. Like, come on now.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
I'm really glad that we have you guys on, because I think this will help a lot of men out there to understand it's not a big deal. Like, you can
Exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
So,
Do we want to unmute everybody?
yeah.
And then let's start on what Mel said about the stigma on men having bariatric surgery. Do you think there's more of a stigma on men or women? Men?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys get any pushback from family or friends or anybody online that was just like being kind of bullies about it?
Family.
Family.
They
My
didn't want
father, sister. Yeah.
They both didn't want you to have it.
Father said I was going to die. Sister said it was the easiest way. That it was, the same thing that everybody says, so repetitive, the easy way out, the easy way out. I didn't know she felt that way until she actually went to the gym with me after surgery and vitamin shop. Because I was a protein bar fanatic at that time. And she said to the girl that my brother had took the easy way out and lost all of his weight. And that was the first time that she felt that way.
Whoa.
And
what the fuck?
In public.
I'd be like, wait, excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do in that moment?
Just smiled, really, because I knew it was going to be, and I knew where she was going to be because of our family history, and it played out just like I thought it was going to.
Got it. How is she now? Like your dad and her?
My father actually passed away a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I guess, maybe. It went south after like pretty much right when the surgery happened, not because of the surgery, because of other issues, but me and my sister haven't talked in a year and a half, maybe.
Oh no.
Yeah, pretty much just got rid of all the negativity. Anybody who didn't support me for what I wanted to do in my life, the reason that I wanted to do it was to be there for my family. I love my family to death, but if they chose to be there, it's okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I definitely understand that feeling. It's kind of like, fuck them. Like, if you're not going to be supportive and be positive, like, why are you around then?
I was always told that if there's something going on and you can't change it, don't bitch about it.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer of that.
Yeah.
Just move.
Yep. Anybody else feel like, or did anybody else hear that a lot? The easy way out from anybody? No?
Not really.
No.
That's good.
Well, I heard it a lot.
Yeah.
So.
I've only
Yeah,
had
I
one
also-
person online say it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I really never told anybody in my family. I mean, my immediate family knows what I did, but a lot of people, like my family, like outside family and friends, don't really know. But everybody was pretty supportive of what I did. Because at the end of the day, it's our choice of what to do. It's either you agree with what we're going to do or you don't agree. So
Amen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Dad Rob, you didn't hear it at all?
Yeah, I was really lucky. When I came out, I pretty much had the conversation with my wife and she was good, but I was really nervous telling like my family and friends. And as I told each one of them, they kind of did the exact opposite. They did this like, oh, thank goodness you're finally going to get it. And I'm like, you could have suggested this at any
Yeah.
point in the last 8 years of me being over 300 pounds. And they're like, well,
Yeah.
Rob, you get a little aggressive when you're told things you don't like to hear. So it's been awesome. Yeah, and I'm a little fighty. So it's one of those where I kind of get why they didn't tell me, but it's been awesome having everyone go to support. My mom and dad go to support group with me. My wife's in the support group. I've got a whole tribe that checks in on me every morning and makes sure that I'm on point. So it's been amazing.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
I love
That's really
that.
great.
Seriously.
Jeremy, you didn't hear it at all? You just heard it the one, right?
Well, I mean, I had one online, and I mean, I think if you educate people the right way and you come across it the right way, you handle it, those kind of things. Like, with my family, I went in and told them why I was doing it, what I was doing it for, and it was going to be. I mean, it was a choice that I had to make myself for the better of myself. So, I had a lot of support that way. My dad was like right on board with it and why I did it. At first, I think a year or two ago, he was like, but he knew it was like kind of like the last thing. He saw the work I was putting in before and all that kind of stuff. And then he realized, I needed that extra tool. And when you go and explain it, it's a tool, not just surgery. It helps a lot of people understand why you're doing and what you're doing it for.
I'd have
Yeah.
to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed when I explain it as a tool, it
Mhm.
comes off a lot better than just like, I need to lose weight, so I'm having surgery.
Mhm.
Because then you get the eye roll and the easy way out or the natural way.
Fuck that. I hate that term.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Natural way.
Yeah. Drives me crazy.
Yeah. What do you think we do?
Yeah. We still have to like watch our food. We still have to work out. We still have to take
Mhm.
vitamins. It's nothing different than any other person. So
No.
it's
Right.
confusing.
Yeah. Chris,
what about
oh,
you?
Oh, we were on the same page on that one.
I've been pretty lucky as well. My mom actually had the gastric bypass 20 years ago.
Oh,
So everyone in my family kind of knew what to expect, and they were pretty supportive. My grandmother, she was kind of like, you kind of look good already. She was scared, but she didn't. She supported me 100%. My coworkers, I'm not 100% open at it at work. Just a few select people know about it. But yeah, I've never had anyone say you're taking the easy way out or anything like that.
that's awesome.
That's helpful.
Yeah, it's super helpful. Because like I just heard that a lot. There's a lot of haters in Oregon, by the way.
Yeah. People do not like weight loss surgery in Oregon. I don't know what it is, but people are very scared, closed-minded. I mean,
It's very
I'll tell
judgmental.
anybody, and I'm just like very matter of fact, like I had weight loss surgery. I work really hard at it every day.
Yeah.
And if they don't like it, because I'll tell like the gas attendant, I don't care. Like I'll just be like, yeah, I had weight loss surgery. I know you don't care, but I'm gonna tell you anyways because I want to.
She's so ridiculous.
I still find that like whenever you tell people you have weight loss surgery, you always get, or at least in New Jersey, Rob, maybe you can back this out. Someone's uncle's cousin, sister's brother got the surgery in 2004, and now they're 8,000 pounds.
Yeah.
That's the first thing they tell you.
I've got that a couple
And then
times
you're
too.
like, oh, what's their name? And they're like, well, I can't really give you that, but trust me, uncle's cousin, sister's brother had the surgery, 8,000 pounds now. Just a heads up, you're going to gain it all back. And I'm like, why would you tell me that?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, what's the point of that? Like, oh yeah, I know 3 people. They had weight loss surgery. They gained it all back. Well, cool. Thanks for giving me positive stories.
My
That's
favorite was
awesome.
All negative.
recently-
Get to that point, it's crazy.
Yeah, my
Really?
favorite was at Winco. It was like 2 weeks ago. And this lady said that her best friend's dad died from it. And I was like, what complication? And she's like, well, he was in a car accident. I'm like, well, that's not the same. That is not the same.
But he had weight loss surgery, so it caused the car
I
accident.
guess.
I mean,
I was like,
he wouldn't be in that car if it wasn't for weight loss surgery.
right? I was just like, okay, that's not at all accurate.
And that's why you hit your protein and water goals every day.
yeah.
Just run into a ditch right after.
That's a
I
new
mean, they're-
mobile surgery unit.
Right?
Yeah. He had the
Right.
surgery, got in his car, and then just like drove off the road.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
I don't
All
know.
'cause of the
Maybe
surgery.
maybe that's why they don't like it in Oregon. You guys are doing it out of the back of a van while you're driving during rush hour.
Oh my
Right.
God. That would just make sense for Oregon.
I totally-
Like some
You know, those,
part like just
those drive-by sleevings nobody likes.
drive-by sleevings.
Right, but
Oh my goodness, like a taco truck. Just
Yeah,
I love it. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's
So
amazing.
good.
That's so good.
just set that up at the end of the farmer's market. You got taco truck, here's like
Uh-huh.
artisanal bread, and oh, here's the sleeve surgery.
Yeah.
You hit all three right on the top.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you probably would want
Yeah,
to
you're right.
hit the bread, but you know.
I mean, you have to before surgery.
Oh, true, true. You want to have your last piece of bread before you go in. So,
right.
I mean, that makes sense.
So
he's
ridiculous.
right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, we do have a Saturday market.
We
So we
totally
could just set it up in the Saturday market, 4 hours every Saturday, just rotate them in.
do. Using your phone.
You know my code.
Yeah, but your phone's big. Does anybody regret having surgery?
Or the surgery they had.
Yeah.
There
No?
has
No,
Nope.
Not at all.
Brian?
Not yet.
yeah, there has been a time that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
got
did you?
Really, I felt unhealthy skinny.
Okay.
I regretted it. But then I learned how to eat. I learned macros, and that undoubtedly just changed the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Macro's a big deal,
Huge.
especially with like weight gaining, like for like strength and stuff.
I need to get on that.
You do need to get on that. We need to get her on that. 100%.
I need a boot camp.
She
I need
does.
like a boot camp instructor
Mhm.
that'll like call me every morning and be like, get your ass out of bed and do a workout.
Patty tried for a while.
She did it one day. Patty, yes, I'm calling you out. You did it one day. It was supposed to be a daily thing.
It's hard.
And I did it that day.
You did. I'm very proud.
So I did one day.
Hurrah.
Does anybody else like have like where you might maybe wanted to do the bypass instead of the sleeve? Because we hear that sometimes people would want to change their surgery.
Nope.
Lots of no's.
All right.
I actually wanted to do the lap band.
Oh.
Oh,
Went for the lap band because ego wanted to do it on my own, and I knew the lap band would help and it could be removed. All good.
Mhm.
And Dovak told me, "Are you active?" And I said, "Well, a little." And she says, "Well, you know that if it can get dislodged and cause gangrene inside." And I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Just take my shit out and I'm good."
take my shit out.
It reminded me of my brother because my brother
Uh-huh.
was the same way and he actually did the lap band
Yeah.
and then had to have it removed and then he had his VSG in November. So like
yeah.
I think he regrets just not doing the VSG right away.
Well, we called him out on it
We did.
because he's like, oh, I'm going to wait. I can do it on my own. But if I'm still at this weight at 40, then I'll do it. And we were like, why wait?
Yeah, why are you waiting?
No way.
What's the point?
Yeah.
And then I think it was like a month
It was a
later and
month
he had it, he had it scheduled.
He's like, so me and my wife talked and we're like, yeah, why am I waiting? I'm like, yeah, we have no idea.
Well, and they have 5 kids.
Yeah.
So
Get moving, man.
come on, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm calling out a lot of people on this.
You are my brother, Patty.
Yeah. Well, Patty deserves it. I'm just kidding. I love you, Patty.
Oh my God.
So I was going to talk about the bariatric community.
Yeah.
On Instagram and with guys, because you guys are very rare.
It's a small group.
Yeah. And do you ever feel alienated or like you can't find answers to questions because there's not a whole lot of guys out there?
no, not really. I mean, at this point, I've kind of learned what I know, and I don't really I think it's quite I think you could ask a male or a female the same question. But as far as getting an answer from a male, there's not many men out there who really do share their story.
Mhm.
Aside from us and obviously obviously other people, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely a small group of people.
Yeah.
It's a small group of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Chris?
When I was first researching the surgery and everything, there was definitely a lot more women. It was hard to find guys. I mean, it's nice to see before and after pictures of women who are successful, but I want to see someone who is 400 pounds, a guy shirtless, who's going to look 180 pounds. And if guys aren't out there willing to show their bodies, then it's kind of hard for us looking to do that surgery. So that's why I'm so out there, even though I don't like posting the shirtless pictures, I'm not comfortable with my body. I want to do it because I've received messages from other guys saying you're so inspirational because that's what I'm going to be looking like in a year from now. And so it's just nice to be out there. There might not be a lot of us, but the few that are out there, we're there for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, I mean, don't be afraid to ask me. I've FaceTime people who I have no idea who you are. I've some great friends just answering questions. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
I like that you're like, yeah, I FaceTime with people I don't even know, and everybody's like, yeah.
I mean,
You guys all do that?
Yeah, dudes slide into other dudes' DMs and it's totally normal. Like we do it all the time, and it's so weirdly comfortable to be like, I'm going to Instagram FaceTime you, and my wife's like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm talking to a dude on the internet about shirtless pics, and she seems to be okay with that. So
Shout out to your wife
Seriously,
for just being like, okay, cool. Just curious. Just talk to that random dude on online.
it's nothing better than saying to a random dude, hey, I got a shirtless picture if you want to see it. I mean, I have no idea. Can I see it? I mean, but it's inspirational. I'm glad to be there for someone who needs the help.
Definitely.
and in true fashion, I think what Chris said, and as true men, we are all using humor right now to justify our insecurities. Talking to Terry Harden, he was someone who, when we had Men's Support Monday, we were just going on how, as great as the women are, sometimes you need to see someone who looked like you looked and see where they're at now to kind of get a better visual. And the women in this community are amazing what they do. But there's something to say of, here's someone who looks like me. Here's someone who is raising their kids like me. Here's someone who is balancing a job and doing it. And to find people who are in your shoes doing it is such a huge part of this process. And it's a reason why I think we've all had our successes. We have no problem reaching out. And when dudes slide into our DMs, we're thrilled to death about it.
Yeah.
I would imagine. So I know for me, even just watching some of the girls, I get almost discouraged because like, I'm not your normal girl. Like I'm like your neighborhood girl, like I'm just like, I'm not glammed up. I'm just like a mom that has a job. And like, so that's kind of was hard for me to find girls that kind of look like me because normally they're more glammed up. I don't wear a lot of makeup. So it's just like, how do I find people that are like me? And it took a while to find, even in this community. I kind of feel you guys on that aspect of it.
Well, and I think it's hard with guys, especially because like with women, we just want to get as far down on the weight as possible.
Yeah.
But with guys, you want to lose the weight, but you also have, I think, kind of a pressure to like put on muscle and to like not just be skinny, but like fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did I say that? Did I explain that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Do you guys feel the same? Like you guys have a little bit of a pressure of being like more muscle than
Yes.
skinny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's agreeing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your guys' like workout routines?
7 days a week, 3 a.m.
Okay, 7 days a week from Brian.
Damn.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I do it 7 days a week. Doing
Wow.
all kind like I do cardio and I'm doing Beachbody right now, lift.
Okay.
So I do that and a couple other programs on rest days, and I'm doing cardio every day. So
Wow.
Do you work out at home or do you go to a gym?
all right. So I live at a high school, at a boarding school in Maine. My
okay.
wife is she's the director of the girls' dorm. So we live in an apartment there, and they have a gym that right now like nobody uses it. So I just go down and I get the free, kind of gym to use whenever I want to, and so it's really worked out. I mean, even before COVID, we could use the gym, and it was part of our thing. But yeah, so they have it's what the teams use and all that kind of stuff. So it has like everything in it.
Nice.
That's awesome perk.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was been very blessed with that. So.
Yes, definitely. So 7 days a week isn't, I mean, it's still hard. I'm giving you props for 7 days a week because I can't do one. So But having it close to you, like it makes
Yeah.
it easier because you're like, okay, I'm just gonna run over there and then
Yeah.
I'll do my thing and come back.
Because I go at 4 a.m, so I get it over with. Like I got to get it done because in the afternoon, like with having kids and like I just want to be there for my family in the afternoon and after
Mhm.
work, sometimes it's just life takes over and you just don't have time. And so I just get up and do it then. And that way it's over with, it's done with, and I got it in. So
I
there's not
love
too much
that.
happening at 4
Mhm.
a.m. to throw you off. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know I felt better knowing that they were sleeping, like my husband and my
Mhm.
kid, why I went and worked out because I was like, I'm not missing anything. I'm not
Right.
missing them hanging out or playing games or whatever.
Mhm.
Like it was a lot nicer. I need to go back to that.
that's exactly why I did it. Like I felt like I was missing too much other, when I was doing it in the afternoon or evenings.
How long do you work out for?
Like 2 hours.
Jesus.
Nice.
Like,
I
I
know
don't-
that by
hours?
quick.
Oh my
It goes by
God.
real fast because I used to do that in the afternoon from 5 to 7. It just happened.
I complain for a 3-minute workout.
She does, guys.
I complain the entire time.
Mhm. Like our physical challenge, she's like, I can't do that. I'm like, it's 3 minutes. It's mother 3 minutes. Like we're doing hours.
See, that's why I need a boot camp instructor because he'd be like, I'm not taking your shit. Go and do your fucking workout.
Mhm.
That's what I mean.
Serious.
Yeah. Somebody to just be like, get up and do it. You can do it.
Doesn't The Rock have something where he'll like call you? Like it's like a little like ding on your alarm and
Oh.
it like goes, get up or something like
We
that.
may need to look into that because
I
I feel
know.
like if The Rock is telling me to get up, I'd be like, okay, sir, I'm getting up. I'm gonna go do my workout now.
We have to look into that one.
Yeah.
Chris, what
Uh,
about you? What's your workout?
I'm embarrassed to say I don't work out. I got
Okay.
a promotion last year and I work like 60, 70 hours a week now.
Whoa.
On top of having my 3 kids when I have them. So I'm busy a lot. And when I'm not busy, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But because I want to be in that 200, 220 range, things are about to change.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a personal trainer so I can learn the ropes in the gym, and because I'm clueless when it comes to that, and I'm not afraid to say that. And I definitely know if you don't do it the right way, you're going to hurt yourself. So
Mhm.
Mhm.
I definitely want to learn the basics before I get in there, and then I'm just going to go hard.
Do it. I can't
That's
wait
the only
to
way to
see.
do it.
This will
Yeah.
be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
What about the Robs? The Robs.
7 days
For
a week.
the- Yeah.
Yeah.
7 days a week.
Yeah, I do HIIT training every day, and I have a Peloton. But now in October, I just committed actually to doing summer shred. So yeah, so I'm now going to start going to like a normal gym to start lifting weights and starting to build more muscle on top of what I'm doing now.
I was like, you already have a crap ton of muscles. Like,
I was like, wait a minute. How do you create more
More.
muscle?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out and learn because I don't know.
So you're gonna get a trainer?
Not a trainer. I hired a coach who's going to
A
put
coach.
together a meal plan for me. Yeah. And then I'll probably take one of my friends to the gym with me just because I really have no idea what I'm doing and learn from there. And then maybe
Okay.
it'll turn into something like after the prep, after the show, maybe it'll turn into something that I consistently do or just go back to the type of training that I'm doing now.
Okay. And are you doing this year's show or are you doing next year?
This year's in October. Well, it's in October.
Mhm.
October
There's
30th,
two.
I believe.
There's 2. Okay.
Yeah. So
I
there's
get
one in
confused.
June. It's June 21st, I believe, or June 20th.
And you're going to that one, right?
Yeah, I'll be down in Texas for that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
We talked about going.
I
Yeah.
have to
You and
scope
me.
out the scene.
Yeah, you check out the competition. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's a accurate thing to do.
I would do that.
Hell yeah. What about Dad Rob?
So I started simple with mine, where even before surgery, I had a goal of hitting 15,000 steps a day, every day.
Yes.
And I made it for 215 days. And then I missed it by 4 steps on
man.
last Monday. And I'm not bitter. I'm totally not bitter. I am so happy I did it. But then as I started to get more fit, I started adding more things into my routine. So one of the things I was really proudest about through this whole process is I started to take all the money I would spend on fast food, and every time I didn't buy, I would put it in my little Boba Fett savings jar in my bedroom. And then, yes, I have a Star Wars piggy bank. You guys can come at me for that.
I got a Star Wars tattoo,
But-
my friend. Don't you worry. A lightsaber
Yeah.
right here.
I
Got
got a lightsaber on the finger.
That's right. No hating.
I kind of want one now.
I know,
That
we
was
could
kind of.
play.
I watched The Bachelor, so lightsaber means something a little different. But so we're just gonna keep pushing through that comment too. So
are you
what I
stealing my
did-
thunder? That's my job to make everything sexual. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
Just
well,
saying.
that was my one comment. We'll do
Okay,
a Bachelor recap after. But anyway, so I took all the money from that and I built a home gym in my basement. And then Jeremy, in true teacher fashion, I used Google to make a calendar with all color-coded workouts and activities per day so that I don't get bored with what I know my OCD is really manifesting itself in
Wow.
fun ways post-surgery. So
Yeah.
I do that. I still do my steps. So I'm up to day 11, which is totally just like 215 days in a row. But it's been a good process, and it's been something that as I've gotten bored with workouts, I change new things, I add new things in, and my whole goal is just not to get bored with what I'm doing.
Does your wife come work out with you?
No,
No.
she's ready to murder me in the basement. So
Okay. All right. Cool. Good to know. If you go missing, we'll know where to look. So
she's probably
go.
only 7th on the list, but we're good.
Seven's on the list.
Who's the top 6 is what I want to know.
They're going to do a whole cold case podcast on me. You're going to see it. 2 people in their spare time are going to solve the murder. So,
Oh my
cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
We'll be on it. Okay.
Yeah, I actually prefer not to have someone with me in the gym. I noticed that
Mhm.
like I'm able to focus better
Except
if
for
I'm by
me.
myself. I don't like having you in the gym. I love you, but I don't. I just have
Rude.
to, I know that like
So rude.
it helps motivate you, so I get it and so I do it, but like I do better when I'm by myself.
I can think back to a check-in episode where I was like, I could come over and work out with you. And you're like, oh, that's a really good idea.
That's a good idea because when it makes me get up.
So
knowing
I just
that you're coming over makes my ass get up and then I'll work out. But like,
so I just need to threaten to come over.
Yeah.
I need to threaten your
Uh-huh.
ass. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a plan now. On Monday morning, I'm going to be like, Melanie, I'm on my way over. And she's like, no, I'm still in bed. I'm like, I don't care. I'm coming over.
coming over.
I know where you live. I
You
know where
do.
you sleep.
You do.
Mhm.
Guys, like she'll come into my room.
You tell me to come into your room. When you're getting ready.
I do. I'm just messing with you.
Sorry, side story, guys. Okay, so Brian, what's your workout schedule?
So I totally self-taught myself. I was part of a couple groups on Facebook, bought a couple routines from online trainers. Some helped, some were a joke, but really just took all that I paid for, self-taught through YouTube and bodybuilder.com, and just learned the form of each one until I had it down. And then I just went off with it. So pretty much 7 days a week, 4 a.m., except for Saturdays and Sundays. Usually it's whenever I can get my big ass out of bed. So, but it's usually early, like between 6. And usually it's just picking one body group or 2 a day, whether it's like chest and tries or back and bis or legs and shoulders. And it's just, I don't really do much cardio. I think that's my biggest downfall. I do cardio when I'm bored at the gym or I've done enough and I have, a half hour left. I'll go get on the elliptical and, go to steepest incline as fast as I can for 30 minutes or so. But it's really far few and in between. I'm, I guess you could say a classic meathead. I just like to steal in my hands and then I go home and stretch and complain about how bad I hurt. But that's what I love most. That's honestly what I love the most. I don't like to stop until it hurts. Not hurts where I'm physically hurt, but just feel fulfilled.
Yeah. I know,
Yeah.
like where you'll do the bench press and just kind of just go until you can't go anymore. What are those called when you try to do those?
Maxing out.
Yeah.
Maxing out?
Maxing out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Des had another term for it too. I don't remember what she said though.
Oh, Des?
Yeah.
Yeah. She had a good term too. I can't remember.
Yeah. Cause she said you do like until you can't, and then you see how far you can push yourself past that point.
Yeah, you get like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's, where you start at a certain weight, you keep going until you can't go no more. And then you want more. So you drop off 10 pounds, 20 pounds, and you just keep going until you physically cannot do anymore.
Oh, okay. So these are all good tips for Chris.
Yeah.
Yep.
How
Yep.
are you
Listen.
guys doing with protein and water for that first year? Was it rough?
We'll go Chris first.
It was pretty easy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting in my 2 shakes, and I think my doctor required me like 70 ounces of water plus my 2 shakes, and I was knocking that out. I think the
Oh.
first week of surgery.
Whoa,
How?
that's impressive.
Yeah, I had no problems with my fluids.
Huh.
Oh, lucky guy.
Kudos to you.
Brian, you too? No problem?
No, I was terrible in the beginning.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Terrible. I dehydrated myself countless times. I just couldn't drink. I passed out twice, knocked myself out twice, just from not drinking, just totally dehydrated myself. And I learned a lot by doing that, unfortunately. But after about the first year is really when I started to increase my water and my protein. I think that's why I got down so fast. Within the year, I was down to about 190 from the 425. Well, no, I think my weight was around 370, 365, somewhere around there. But it was bad. It was real bad, to the point to where I was salt tablets. They're called thermotabs because my sodium level was so low, even though I was eating clean, like I was meal prepping every day, but I was no salt, no pepper on any of my food. And that kind of bit me in the ass.
Yeah, that definitely will, because I got told in the office, like, you need more salt. And I just
Yeah.
looked at my husband because he's like
Anti-salt.
like crazy. And I'm like, can you say that one more time? Because he doesn't salt anything. And I just like table salt it, and they'll be like, yeah, she needs it. Like, because it's just the water's just going through you. You're not even like getting any minerals. So
I was actually told by my doctor that I ate too good.
really?
Yeah, because everything was, the whole macro game, right? Everything was maxed out. Everything was really good. But it was just no salt. And my drinking was terrible. I might have got in 6 ounces a day. Because you can't count coffee. You can't count Dunkin' Donuts. And that's the biggest thing. Energy drinks and coffee.
Yeah, those don't count.
I thought, you can count that because it's a fluid.
Nope.
No.
No, we get that question a lot with the challenge.
Yep.
The water challenge. They're like, can we count coffee? And I'm like, no.
To dehydrate.
Can you count your protein shakes? No.
No, that's not
Nope.
water.
Separate. It's separate, guys.
Yeah. Jeremy, how was yours for protein and water? Because you're only 6 months out.
At first I think it was more of a mind game.
Okay.
Like I don't know, for whatever reason, like I had this biggest fear of stretching my stomach out, and I felt like I had I don't know, this picture of like if I drank too much or did too much, it was going to stretch out, and it was like my biggest fear. But talking to a bunch of people and all that kind of stuff, and talking to my nutritionist, they're like, it's not going to happen. You got to, so I get in like 60, 70 ounces of water. I have, my protein shakes and those kind of things. But it's now that I got over that like mental part of it, it's made it a lot easier and better. Like I realized that, it was just a mind game that I was playing with myself to say, don't do it or it's going to stretch or those kind of things. And they were like, no, it's not going to happen like that. My nutrition was like, it's very, very hard to do. So like I got over that and it's been fine.
Good. Yeah. Mel had that same fear.
Oh yeah. I totally thought I was going to like break a stitch or my stomach was just going to pop open.
It's going to explode.
Yeah. I was so nervous. And like, I got the dehydration. We were at a wedding and then only had like 2 bottles the whole day. And then the next day, like cramps all up my calf. Like I couldn't like walk, just Charlie horses. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is awful.
How long did that last? Do you remember?
A full 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I couldn't go to work the next day. I was just too like effed up. I was like, nope.
That was a long fucking day.
It was a long
And it was
day.
hot.
It was a very hot day. I was only a month out too,
A month?
was
Oh,
only a
you
month out.
were a month out.
or maybe like 6 weeks or something. Because they got married, I think, at the end of June.
Yeah, you hate those pictures.
I do hate those pictures. I do. But I use them because like I only lost like 20 pounds from like the surgery to that.
Only
that
get that
wedding.
only word out of your mouth.
I know. It's because a lot of people, when you do, you guys probably can like attest to this, and you guys look at other people's photos and they're like 6 week out and they lost like 50. You're like, what am I doing wrong? This is
devil.
crazy.
Yeah.
Devil.
So I hate those pictures because I'm like, I wish I was smaller then, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Rob, how'd you do on water and protein?
It was difficult at first.
Mhm.
I mean, I was getting the protein shakes in, but I wasn't getting enough water, and I was super dehydrated. Not to be like gross, but my piss was like bright yellow
Ah,
for a
yeah.
long time, and I wasn't able to like go to the bathroom for like days on end, and I didn't know what was going on, and obviously it was due to the dehydration.
Mm.
So then I started drinking more water, and I started drinking Snapples and all that just to get in water and fluids, and it was good from there.
Yeah. How much water and protein do you get in now? You
I don't track. I don't
Okay.
track protein just because everything that I eat is pretty much protein.
Okay.
I just started adding rice in for lifting purposes and just building muscle.
Mhm.
But as far as water, I try and get like between 80 and 100.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's decent. Yeah.
That's super good. Super good.
I don't know why I said decent because that's really good because
It
I
is.
have a problem getting 60 ounces. So
I was gonna say, like, he's at 90 to 100. You're like, that seems a little okay.
I'm pretty sure I got like 20 ounces of water over the weekend.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm gonna
I
stop
might
you
have drank a little bit on Saturday or Friday, whatever day that is.
Can't
there.
count
It's
the,
today. Today is
Okay.
Sunday.
Huh?
can't count tequila or wine, right?
Yeah,
Damn
those don't
it.
count,
We should have
girlfriend.
Or
tequila
whiskey.
should totally or whiskey.
No.
Tequila should count, right?
No, it is
There's
alcohol.
ice cubes in it.
Oh my goodness, you're ridiculous.
I'm just saying there is ice cubes, and then when it melts, I am consuming some water from that.
The alcohol's dehydrating you.
Yes.
But then you could count coffee because you have to use water to make the coffees.
Right.
Yeah, and we tell them they can't count it, so you can't count it with alcohol, my friend.
Damn it. I tried. I tried, everybody.
Dad Rob, how's your water and protein?
It's good. I don't really have anything else. I don't have a funny one for this one. It's good. I mean, I drink water. Post surgery, it was very much like Jeremy. I was so afraid, and I think the one thing that still freaks me out is stretching my stomach out.
Mhm.
But I was really, really lucky. My mom is a nurse and my wife is a nurse, and they both, from the day I got home from the hospital, made sure I was on point. And my wife's been amazing with making sure that if I'm angry or upset, she usually is like, "You're dehydrated. Just go in the basement and drink." And
Go in the
Yeah.
basement. Drink.
yeah. Kind of more like, go get it yourself. I'm not doing that for you. We're married 10 years. You can fix yourself a water, but
She's
go in the basement and drink is kind of her answer.
Get away from me.
I'm in the
is what she
basement now,
said.
so it's working.
You are in the basement.
Yeah.
now.
Hey, we're in her basement.
It's a true story.
Two
That's where the
basements.
Studio's at, my friend.
It's always weird when we have people in the studio because we'll be like, "Hi, we've never met before. Can you come down into the basement, please?" We're
You
not
just
weird.
moved up
I
on my
swear.
serial killer list. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
totally.
I'm gonna make it to number 2.
Oh my God.
I don't want number 1, but number 2, I feel like that's okay.
Set a goal, reach a goal, Cal.
It's what I
You
do best.
Oh my
Just-
God. You guys are hilarious.
when you aim for the stars and you hit the moon, you're still good.
Are you guys taking a bariatric vitamin?
No,
Dad,
just
Rob?
regular vitamin.
Okay.
Oh, just
Yeah.
regular
No.
vitamins.
Okay.
Regular. Why not
No.
bariatric?
No reason specifically.
Okay.
Okay. What about everyone else?
Melanie's judging you real hard right now. She's like,
Yeah, because I need some role models. I need some bariatric vitamins in you guys. Because I see Brian saying no as well, right?
I've taken a calcium or a vitamin probably 3 years.
Oh my God. I'm gonna send you some.
You're gonna get a care package from us.
Jeremy, what about you?
I just do the chewables, like Flintstone chewables. That's what my nutritionist has done, and I take calcium, vitamin D. I mean, it's a whole bunch of them. Vitamin C because I had to do iron because I was anemic and stuff like that right before the surgery. They found out with blood tests, so I take iron, and then I had to take vitamin C to go with the iron, and then the calcium, and then I think it's vitamin B complex I take too. So it's like a whole
Taking a
slew of
cocktail.
stuff. But the best part is I've dropped off 2 blood pressure medicines that I was on. So
Yay!
so yeah, so I don't mind taking the vitamins and stuff like that if I don't have to take those other pills. I do have to take. I had half my thyroid removed because I had a growth that they thought was cancerous at one point, and so I had to take medicine for that, which I mean is what it is. But the blood pressure medicine was another thing that I wanted to get off of and away from. So this has really helped that way. So
Awesome. Lots of complication or not complications. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I just saw Dad Trump daughter and I was like, oh, there's a little kid. Oh, there's a little kid. Yeah. I was like, oh,
Squirrel.
I know.
So Jeremy, I just want you to look at a bariatric vitamin because you can get it all in one.
Yeah.
You don't have to take a bunch of them. And we talked with one of the vitamin companies. Now, I'm not judging you, not like Melanie over here. But we talked with them and he actually said like the Flintstone vitamins do not give you enough.
Yeah.
Like they're not enough for a bariatric vitamin because we're
for patients because of our absorption rate.
Well, not only that, but we have to take like 2 or 3 times the amount of a normal vitamin.
Right.
Versus a normie.
A normie, that's what we call them.
Yes, just so you all know.
And like ProCare has a chewable that I love. And you just take it after you because it has iron in it too. So like you can just take it after you eat, no problems. Don't take it if you haven't ate yet though, because I get real nauseous and sick. Done that. And then the Paravita has a 1 multivitamin.
I hear a puppy.
sorry.
No,
you're fine.
I love puppies.
But yeah, Paravita has one where you just take it 3 times a day with your meals. So whatever you like feel like is easier, but because they've seen people like have like memory loss, blindness, like people walk differently or like
they become stupid.
Yeah, and like the gait, it's called like the way that you walk is a problem too.
I'm not judging anybody else for becoming stupid. It happens to me.
Yeah, it's when you don't have enough protein for you
and vitamins.
So I just notice mostly when you don't have protein.
Yeah.
I'm like, did you eat?
Like, nope. No, I'm stupid right now. It's fine.
What about Rob and Chris? What are you guys taking?
Chris.
All right. So the first 6 months of surgery, I would have been a great role model for vitamins. But now, if you ask me, I don't take vitamins. You can judge me. I know.
Oh, it's all her.
It's not judgment. I just like feel like why'd you stop? Like, how did that happen? Because it sounds like you were taking it.
Honestly, I think it comes to pure laziness. It's a lot of vitamins to take, and you get the vitamins, you put them in the container, then you can take them every morning. But then it's like you got to refill the containers after 2 weeks, and it just gets to a point. And then you get blood work done after not taking your vitamins for a month, and your blood work is perfectly fine. It's like, well, I don't need to take the vitamins anymore.
Yep.
So my last couple of blood works have been perfectly fine. Hopefully that stays that way. But yeah, I think it just comes down to pure laziness, honestly.
Okay, I think that's fair though. If you're getting your blood work done and it's coming back fine, then there's no real worry. But if you're a person that's not even getting the checkups, then it's like, hey, that's a little scary,
Yeah.
I just feel like you should be taking them no matter what. Like no matter what, just get the one pill.
I didn't know they made a pill that has like everything. So I'm
yeah, ProCare and Paravita. Yep. Both. They're just like the ProCare one is 2 pills and I break them up because it makes me nauseous if I take them both together. So I take one in the morning and one in the evening. So right when I wake up and then right when I go to bed.
And then the chewable is just 1 a day.
Yeah.
So you can do that.
I don't like chewable though.
I love them. I love them because it makes me feel like I'm actually like eating a vitamin. It's like, oh yeah, this is happening. It's working. And then within like 30 minutes, I had like full energy.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
It's the B12.
It is the B12.
Mhm.
What up, Dad Rob? What are you taking?
So we did the vitamin challenge a little while ago.
Yeah, we
and,
did.
Yes, and you killed
yeah,
it.
it was good. It was good. It was good. And then afterwards,
much
I
now.
slid into Rob's DMs and I asked him what vitamins he took, and I kind of take his vitamins now. I'm sorry, and thank you for having me.
So now you swapped from the bariatric vitamin to Flintstone vitamin.
No. It's
Okay.
VitaFusion, and it's glorious. And I got my blood work back, and it's on point. So
There you go.
VitaFusion.
I haven't heard of that
They're
one.
good.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
good.
yeah. Thanks, Rob.
Is
No
that
problem.
a chewable or is that just a pill?
Yep. And now I have a
Doable.
6-pack, so it works wonders.
There you
Oh,
go.
Then I need to take one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Came right in on the 2-week mark exact. It was great.
Okay. Okay. So VitaFusion is an option.
Yes.
Okay. Good to
We'll
know.
look 'em up.
Yeah. What was the next one?
I don't know. It's on your phone.
I'm looking. We already talked about that. What's your hope in sharing your story on social media? How do I want to work this?
I don't know.
Where do you see your social media influence being in like a year?
Yeah.
Dad Rob.
So I think one of the things I'm proudest of is I've really looked for a lot of men's support and a lot of men's groups, and there's really not a lot out there.
Mhm.
And one thing that I kind of started, because I was like, well, if it's not there, I'll just do it myself, is I started Men's Support Monday. And it's Instagram
Yes.
Lives Mondays at 9, and it's just dudes coming on talking about their journey, but also Q&As of questions that guys kind of had. And it's been phenomenal. I was so scared of reaching out to a lot of the men in the community, and not only have they done well, they're like, you need to go talk to such and such. And I told him you're going to ask him, so he's going to say yes. So we have
Aw.
some. It's been phenomenal, and I've loved it. And we have an amazing group of guests booked up all the way until August. This Monday we have Sam, the bariatric chef Boyardee, is going to be giving men snack help. So it's something that if I can just do my part to help as many in the community, I'm thrilled to death. And it's been rewarding to see so many that have come out and reached out and said this is helping.
That's
I love that.
fantastic. Yeah, I try to like tune in for
On
at least
those.
some of it. Yeah. And then go back and watch it later when I'm like getting ready and stuff.
Yeah.
Just so I can, I mean, it's helpful for us too.
Well, I'm just happy that you guys started it because I was like, yes, they need that.
Yes. The
They
guys
need this.
need light shown on them.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause you guys work just as hard. It's just, I feel like guys just don't want to share as much.
Yeah.
As women do.
And everyone's in the trust tree, so it's good.
The trust tree.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it's trust tree from old school. You know, we're in the trust tree. We can talk about whatever we want in there. So it's
It's been a
good.
while since I've seen Old School.
Yeah, it's been a bit. It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie though.
It is a good movie. What about you, Chris? Social media.
I don't know. I mean, my goal is just to inspire other people. It's always worthwhile when someone messages me, especially a guy, and they're like, "You look incredible." I know from there we're gonna have a friendship already because I want to be there for you for any question you have. And that just made my day. So as long as I'm
Aw,
inspiring people, that's great.
Good.
good. What's the number one question you get?
Oh, I was gonna ask that too.
Oh,
How often do you work out? Because I
Okay.
think I know a lot of people who actually don't work out, and then I think it's 50-50. You have a lot of people who work out, and then you have some people who just have the surgery and they eat healthy and they're fine.
mhm.
But then you have people who haven't had the surgery and they assume that you have to work out 7 days a week. And
Mm.
some people might like that lifestyle, but some people are too busy for that.
Mhm.
I want to get there.
Mhm.
But this last year, I've just been focusing on learning how to eat right and
Yeah.
getting my fluids in. And now that I've accomplished that, I'm ready to move on to my next stage.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sometimes that's all like that's what your focus is eating healthy, getting your protein, getting your water, and that's about as much as you can do.
everybody has a different lifestyle. So it's like, if you can just at least focus on the main three, like water, protein, and vitamins, I think it'll be okay. Yeah.
What about Hot Rob? Social media.
Just to keep posting and keep inspiring and show, like, make it a norm to post as a man so people feel more comfortable. So there's more support out there for everybody. But as far as like, I would like to turn it like into a career in a sense. Taking personal training right now and sports nutrition courses. So I definitely want to get like more workout content video like up and go in that direction.
Nice.
Are you gonna have a YouTube or are you just gonna do?
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe.
I just love how shy you are.
Yeah, I'm very shy.
It's very cute.
We'll break you of that. That's
Oh, well, yeah.
we'll make sure that you get out there, because I would love to tell you that you should do a YouTube, just FYI.
Yeah.
I know it's like an extra work, but it definitely will pay off in the end, because a lot of people will search YouTube for like exercises and stuff like that, and it'll pop.
That's what I do.
Yeah. What about
good
Brian and
idea.
Jeremy? What are you guys up to for your social media?
Who?
I can say that I mean, I pretty much shared my journey from the day I left the operating table. And I think that there's a stigma on that too, really. I think that you can help a lot of people. I've had countless people contact me, friends, family, people I have no idea who they are. I think the biggest question that it is how did you do it? But I think that when you tell them how you did it, a lot of the conversations end.
Oh.
Like end quick. And then I post like what I eat and how often I eat. My meal preps when they're done, and I post pictures of them on the table, and I get a lot of, oh my God, how do you eat that much? I eat a lot of carbs. I've always had a lot of carbs. After year one, really, I introduced carbs, and I do probably around 300 grams a day.
Insane.
Roughly, yeah, roughly, give or take, depending on what I'm doing. But I love getting the messages. I love hearing people say, "You're doing a great job. You look good. You've inspired me to do it." I've had family members come to me and say, I really need to drop this beer gut. And I had my nephew, who was probably my favorite one, because me and him are like two peas in a pod. Pretty much says that I could have been his dad, as weird as that might sound. I'm not from West Virginia. Not that there's anything wrong with West Virginia, but he developed a love for deadlifts.
Okay.
And I watched him go from having the beer gut to looking absolutely phenomenal. And I drove to Minnesota, and I actually have a picture that I posted recently of me and him in a car doing a flex, and that was prior to me actually hitting the gym hard. And he's flexing, and I'm looking at this muscle pop out top of his bicep, and I look and I'm like, I think there's one there. Right? So at lifting 465 pounds, I don't know, he was like 28 years old. I'm deadlifting like 120 because I had no muscle at that time. But I just think motivating people, just hearing you've done a good job. How did you do it? Will you help me? I actually got a text the other day from a guy I met one time at a bar. And he said, do you remember me? I really didn't. Said, would you mind training me? And I'm like, well, I'm no trainer, but I'll go to the gym with you. Right. Like, I'll get heartbeat. Right. And I'm actually waiting for him to contact me back now, because I'm leaving it up to him at that point. But those are the messages that really make me want to continue to post and continue to share my content. If it helps one person throughout this whole journey, great. If it helps 1 million people, even better. But if it saves one life, I didn't have any of that. I did it because I had a heart attack and because my daughter said I wasn't going to watch it. That was it. I didn't really have anybody to look up to.
Yeah.
I think having that men again, it's hard to share your journey because to me, I feel that it's the ego thing. I
Okay.
think I look at the weight loss surgery as, like why can't you just bust your ass harder at the gym or eat better? And if we could did that, none of us would even be talking right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we needed that help. And I think a lot of men just don't see it that way. But once they do, and they follow the steps and they go through with the sleeve or the bypass, whatever it is that they do, they realize it. And then they become us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there.
I feel like once you make that decision, then you become a part of the community,
Oh yeah, 100%.
like immediately. Like even at the start of your journey of like doing your nutritionist appointments, doing your surgeon appointments, all of that. And then, but as soon as you like make that Instagram and like kind of start contacting people, everybody's like, okay, you're a part of the little
It's
community
very
now.
welcoming.
It is very
That's
welcoming.
One thing I love about this community, because I was
Mhm.
scared. I was so scared because like I'm 6 years out and I didn't start posting until like a year ago, like once the podcast started.
Yeah, because when she came to me with the idea of the podcast, I was like, no, you realize that people are gonna know now.
I'm like,
Like,
yeah, I know.
They'll see you.
I'm like, I do know that. It's just like I can control it now. Because for me, it's a control thing because I don't like letting people in unless I trust you. And with social media, everyone gets to see it and have all of their comments and opinions about whatever they want. And it's very frustrating to get like people's comments where you're like, that's not at all what I'm doing. So now I'm very comfortable with it. The side by side make me feel better. I used to be very like embarrassed by them and be like, I can't believe I'm posting this right now. Like I got so big.
Yeah, but
And now I can see it. I'm like, okay, but I made that leap and I'm finally like way down and I feel healthier and better. So now I'm like, I don't care if someone like is rude to me about my side by side. And I realized no one's rude.
Nobody
Like,
cares.
no one in this community is rude about that stuff. Like they're very, very supportive.
Because they've all been there. We've
Yeah.
all been there.
Yeah.
Like we all know what it feels like to look in the mirror and be like, yep, that's me.
Yep. 100%.
All right, we're doing something now.
Yep.
Yep.
What about Jeremy? What are you doing with your social media stuff?
I mean, I post every day. Just kind of, I guess, to be that support system for people out there that are starting their journey, in the middle of the journey, whatever part of their journey they're on. Just to be there. I get questions a lot of, the same kind of questions that was asked here, like, do I regret having it? A lot of guys that have started their journey or started talking to doctors about it, and they asked if I regret what I did, or they kind of want the truth. They want what it really is about, and I feel being honest with people and straight up with them is the best option to go with it. And just kind of put my the story out there of what I go through, what I do. Just kind of keep people going.
I love it.
That's great.
What is the common questions you guys get in your DMs from other guys? Like, what are they scared to ask, like, on a daily basis?
Yeah. We want to know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Who wants to start?
Well, I know Chris has to hop off here soon,
Yes,
right?
he does.
You got like 1 minute?
I do. Keeping it PG-13. I mean, I've had questions from guys like, is it true it gets bigger? Like,
Oh yeah.
and
It does.
it's crazy. Like,
I mean,
and for
I'm not a
another
guy,
to
but
go and
that's
slide
what I've
into
heard.
DMs to ask you that question. I mean, it's a huge trust thing. And I feel like this community, we're all in this together. We're all going through the same process. I mean, whether you have bypass or the sleeve, I mean, it's weight loss surgery. And we all want to live as long as we can. And I feel like that's why we do it.
Yeah.
And we just want to inspire other people to live as long as they can.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
But on
overcome
that
that.
note, I want to say thank you for having me. I got to go. My daughter's recital starts in 5 minutes.
Go have fun,
Thank
and hopefully she does amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you for being on, Chris.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you.
All
See
right.
you later, fellas.
Bye.
Bye.
So what do you guys get in your DMs? Like, what's the common question?
Yeah. Hot Rob.
I've gotten asked about my skin, like how I went back to what it's at now, if I've had any type of surgery to cut it off, which I haven't. Definitely what he was saying before, about your dick size, that definitely comes in. They always ask, but yeah, do I regret my decision?
Okay.
And the portion sizes too. A lot of the times,
Okay.
honestly, portion sizes do come in, asking if it's like being out in public, is it weird? And which sometimes it is, but those are mostly the questions that I get.
Okay. All right.
Rob, what about you? What do you get in your DM?
I think one of the things I've struggled with posting and talking about, even after surgeries, I still struggle with binge eating. And it's
Okay.
something that I would talk about it, but not directly say, yes, I have binge eating issues. And since doing that, it's been something that I've had a lot of men say, look, I struggle too. And there's this big stigma, not only in the weight loss community, but when it comes to binge eating, that a 37-year-old married man is not your typical binge eater. And it's been everything from, hey, after dinner, after I get through all my perfectly portioned macros and plates, I'm still hungry at 9 o'clock at night. What do you do? And it's been a lot of that. And it's been something that just consistently gets asked all the time of, what do you do to stop a binge? And it's something that I struggle with. I recommend books. I recommend certain techniques that I've learned from seeing, but it's something that we don't talk about at all in this community. That weight loss surgery doesn't necessarily cure your binge food addiction. And it's something that I still struggle with, and a lot of people in the community and for the men struggle with and don't feel comfortable talking about. So,
well, it's very personal.
Yeah. And what kind of tips are you given? Like, what do you do?
The first thing I recommend is the book by Connie Stapleton, Binge Eating or Weight Loss Surgery Does Not Cure Your Binge Eating. I always forget the other author's name, workbook. And it's really, you have to get curious about what your why is. And one thing for me was, I realized I'm really good when I'm active, I'm moving around, I'm on a schedule, I'm doing everything my Google Calendar tells me I do. I really struggle with, it's 9 o'clock, the dishes are done, I'm sitting down to watch TV. And my why, a lot of times, of why I'm going into the pantry is boredom. And it's something that, I have to really break down almost every time I get up and open the pantry door. What's my why surrounding this? And a lot of the times it is boredom. And it's one of those of, okay, what am I going to do now to cut out the boredom while I'm watching TV? Or what am I going to do to make sure I'm not around the food? But it's also one of those, when I have legitimate hunger, it's how am I making sure I'm saving an extra 200 calories in my caloric goal for the end of the day for that post-dinner snack? And what does that snack look like? Is that a protein shake because I want something sweet? Is that some turkey lunch meat just because it's filling and it's not that terrible for you? Is it just carrots because I have an emptiness in my stomach and I want that feeling of fullness? So it changes based on your why, and it's something that's tough every single day. And that's not going away anytime soon for me, but it's something I work on every single day.
Yeah,
I agree with all those things.
Yeah, no, I like what am I eating? Like, okay, I'm going to eat something. What am I going to choose to make it that I'm not just eating anything in sight?
Yeah.
That's why I go to my almonds.
Or almonds, yeah.
My wasabi soy sauce almonds are so freaking good.
Jeremy, what about you? What kind of questions are you getting in your DMs?
Like I said, a lot of times it's, do I regret my choice of having surgery? Why did I choose to have the surgery? Those kind of things. Or I'll get questions of like, well, after surgery, you can't, eat normally. What do you normally eat? And those kind of things. And just, I would say, I haven't gotten any strange, weird questions. Those kind of things, but it's just the normal, I think questions that I had that I asked other people. And I think sometimes guys are they're afraid that another guy's going to be like, why are you bothering me? Get out of here. and I think that's what I want to try to change. And, I try to open up and, be like, listen, you got anything, any other questions, anytime, just, shoot them to me, and those kind of things. And, we have found a lot of guys in this group are willing and open to do it. I think just at first people think like, oh, I can't ask this question. Like they're not going to want to talk to me or those kind of things. But, I just try to be open and honest with answering anything that anybody has, and, put it out there that if you got a question, just, feel free to ask away.
I think that's the great thing about this whole community is that we have no, like, you can message us at any time. Like we still get DMs and they're like, I can't believe you responded. And it's like, of course.
Yeah, that's
like,
what we're all about, man.
Yeah, we want to answer the questions. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable with your decision. And if that includes messaging anybody from the community, then you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
So that people can help.
100%. What's Brian getting in his DMs from other dudes?
Well, I'm 6 years out. I've gotten a lot. I think one of the biggest things is skin.
Okay.
Like, how do you? Because again, in the beginning, when I lost that ungodly amount of weight, I feel, I was really self-conscious about my skin. Still am at, but was really self-conscious. And, because I always posted and at the gym, kind of made me feel good. They would see it. Like my arms, I had like 6 inches of just dead, what I thought just dead skin. It was going to be there forever. I was living with it. And my answer was always just do curls, just do curls. Hey, and that was kind of my best answer. But I think that was probably the top question was, what do you do about your skin? What do you do about your skin? How does it bother you? And it still 6 years out. But now I'm more open about it. Like I share those pictures, of course, only in the weight loss community, groups and things. But sometimes I have posted it on my personal page, but very few far in between. But that was probably one of the top questions. And I would think the second one would be, is with having your weight loss surgery, even though I am 6 years out, how do you eat so much? That's like, it kind of blows my mind. Why? Because I think that a lot of men and women, but all of us that are in there, we're so scared of carbs. And it's, oh my God, you're eating 100 grams of carbs a day. You're going to blow up. You're going to get bloated. And yeah, you do get bloated, but you burn it off when you work. Right. So I think that was, and then just educate them and just say, look, I eat carbs. I'm a peanut butter killer. That has been like my biggest downfall. I'll go through a 3-pound tub of peanut butter in a week.
Oh my God, that's a lot of fucking peanut butter.
A lot of peanut butter.
I thought I liked peanut butter, but that takes it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Down 180 pounds at a 32 waist, right? So it's maybe I've stretched it a little bit when I ballooned back up to about 250. And that was during COVID, of course. So but yeah, I think that's the top 2 questions. And just educating people. Like, don't be afraid of carbs, healthy carbs. Research. Sweet potatoes. I love sweet potatoes.
Oh, I know.
I used to have for breakfast 10 egg whites and 3 baked potatoes.
Holy crap.
Every morning.
That's so much food.
That's amazing.
It is. And sometimes it would take me an hour to eat, and sometimes I could eat in 10 minutes.
Interesting.
I think that's weird. Do you guys feel like that? Like some days you can eat like a bunch of food, like you can't ever get full. Then other days you're like, I don't need to eat today. I'm good.
I think yes.
I
like 5 rice cakes in a matter of like 15 minutes.
Don't tell us that.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just sometimes I get like ungodly hungry, and I think I have stepsons, and I'm not blaming it on this. I'm my own man. I can do what I want to do, but they love ice cream, and they love these Mickey Mouse fucking ice creams that I'm addicted to. And
they're so good.
couple months ago, I did an 8-week challenge with All American Roughneck, a company that I wear their shirts proudly, their clothes. I love their clothing line. They're
Nice.
you know, but I did that and I dropped the weight and it was like, okay, you got to stay away from those. And that was so,
I
Yeah.
never had those.
so hard. But I did it. 8 weeks.
The Mickey Mouse ice creams that are in Disney World, they're freaking fantastic.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
oh, they're not going to be that good. Oh no, they're that good.
They're that good.
Yeah.
That good. I wanted to
I
eat the
like-
whole thing.
Any dumping, any stomach pains from it, because you know it's just a ton of sugar.
Mhm.
But nothing, absolutely. So I think that's when I find those little things that I can do, that I can eat,
Mhm.
I overindulge.
You push the limits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
And I'll
don't do
still,
that. I don't know how that feels at all.
Right.
I'm very good about
I like to push the limit on everything.
On everything.
every,
Yeah. So do you have plans on getting plastics?
Does anybody?
yes,
Yes.
Yes, on
Yeah.
Brian.
but very
Okay.
expensive, out of my realm right now. With what I want done.
Mhm.
My biggest thing is my side boobs.
Okay.
Tank tops. I could finally wear tank tops after all these years. And when I go to the gym and I look and I'm working out, I see like the inflammation of my muscles and it makes me feel good. And then when I stretch my arms up and I look and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, there's that side. And then I put my arm really, right?
Right.
I think that in my stomach, the skin hang, even though my stomach has shrunk down again to a 32 waist, which I'm unbelievably proud of, that it's still, it bothers me to the point where I want to get it done. And when I went in and did the research of sitting with the doctor and he told me 25 grand, I was like,
Oh man, that's a brand new car.
And
Yeah.
like my insurance doesn't cover it because it's a selective surgery, right?
Right.
Mhm.
The only thing they'll cover is the little bit of the tummy tuck. And I'm like, screw that. If I'm going to go under the knife, just like with weight loss surgery, it's the only surgery I've ever had in my life. I'm getting it all done at once. Cut me,
Yes.
take me, fix me up at one time.
Yeah.
But 5 grand, and I'm like, no, I'd much rather have that Range Rover.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, I'll have it one day. But until then, be continued. Just
What
put
about-
more muscle. That's my thing. I'll just put more muscle on.
There you go. Fill it out.
Yeah.
What about the Robs and Jeremy? You guys gonna do any plastics?
I think it's too soon right now. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I might down the road if it gets to the point where like, you know, if I'm having issues with the skin or the loose skin and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
But right now, I guess I'm just not worried about it just because I know it's going to be there. It's going to be a part of it. And, you know, it's something I'll deal with down the road because I know you have to wait a certain amount of time anyways. So
Yeah. Yeah, you're only 6 months. So like I think they say
Yeah.
at least a year.
a year
Yeah.
or so.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I guess right now it's just not in my like thinking of doing it just because I know I wouldn't be getting it done anyways.
Yeah. that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. What about the Robs?
Yeah, I think I've started looking up doctors,
Okay.
but I would just do my stomach, not my
Mm.
chest.
Okay.
Okay.
Dad Rob?
Nah. Just nah.
Oh.
I don't know. Nah, I'm good. I'm very lucky. My skin's kind of like where I need it to be. So
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
Cool.
I like that.
All right. Anything you guys want to add for the other men that are out there that are thinking about surgery or just like any tips or
Like
tricks?
kind of like words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about we actually just go around the table? Let's start with Jeremy. What would be words of wisdom to people that are listening?
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Reach out. You know, no question's a dumb question. I guess that's for me being a teacher, I guess that's, you know, the cliche thing to say, but it's the truth.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
you know, just put yourself out there. I put myself out there to talk to some people and I've made some of the most amazing friends and, you know, people I talk to daily, and support and those kind of things. So just, you know, take that step, take that leap, and just ask. Like, there's people willing. If not, then it's not the right people, and just move on.
Mm,
You know,
that's-
the right
like
people
that.
will.
Very
The right people will answer you. The right
Mhm.
people will talk to you. If they're
Mhm.
not if they're not going to answer you, talk to you, you don't want to hear what they have to say probably anyway. So, you know, it's just part of it.
I
That's a
agree with
great
that
way.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great way to look at it too.
Mhm.
Brian, what would your words of wisdom be?
never stop what you're doing, even after you reach your goal. Don't be afraid of what people think. I was scared to death to walk into the gym. I was scared to death to get on the treadmill and try to run, feeling my man boobs flat 15 different ways and my back fat. That was my biggest fear. And I hear it so much from other men. Like, I'm people looking at me, don't be scared. Just put your headphones on, do your thing. If you don't work out, just focus on one goal at a time. Whether you have weight loss surgery, you do it any other way. Like, just don't let anything get in your way of doing it. I did that 10 plus years. I let negative Nancy's get in my way. Comments that I would feel amazing. I dropped 20 pounds and then I would get a comment like, oh, you're hot dog neck. And it would just destroy me. Don't let any of that shit away. And just set your mind to it. Weight loss is, without a doubt, except for being a father, is the only thing I feel that I have fully accomplished every goal that I have set.
Awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It gave me a little
Yeah.
chills. I was like,
It gave
"Aw."
you chills?
It gave me chills.
Aw.
Yeah, I really like that. Dad Rob, what is your words of wisdom?
Just admitting you need help is a sign of strength and not weakness. It's
Yeah.
for us men, you know, we spend so much time trying to be strong or put on the front that we don't need help, or we can go it alone, or we can do it. And the sign of real strength is being open and honest that, yeah, I do need help and I'm looking for support. So for all of you out there that are listening to this and nervous, just go ahead and start asking. That's it.
Yes. Yes. I love it.
Common theme is ask the questions.
Just
fellas.
ask the damn
It's
questions.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, what do you think?
It's not the easy way out at all. I definitely think I've put more time into my life now than ever before.
Mhm.
So when people like criticize saying that it is the easy way out, it's not. And there's
Mhm.
definitely a lot of support out there from us and you guys and everybody else. So
All
All
right.
right.
Okay.
Well, that is
I
all
think-
we have for our guys today. We
Yeah.
might have to have a part 2 so we can
Maybe
check
we
on
can.
everyone's progress.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah. And don't forget to check out Dad Rob, My Weight is History. He does the guide night every Monday.
Yep.
He has a different bariatric guy on there, and they talk about questions and issues and everything. And it's fantastic. And yeah, just
It's
go watch it.
yeah,
Mondays
very
at
motivating.
9 p.m. Eastern time.
Is that right?
Did I get it right?
Yes,
Oh.
unless the guest can't make it, then we do it at 8. So
You do it when? Sorry, you cut out.
oh no, it's always Mondays at 9. Unless the guest can't make it, then we do it at 8. If you
Okay.
follow me, it's always my noon post on Monday, so it'll tell you who it is. And if you listen all the way to the end of the episode, you get to find out who's on next week. So
Yeah. So listen to the end.
That's right, people.
Don't fast forward to the end. Just listen straight through.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much
Yeah,
for coming on.
Thank you.
This was so needed and so fun.
Yes, I think next time we'll have to post and get all the questions from the followers.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Get like their responses in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys be down for that?
Oh yeah.
Part 2?
Part 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next time. Bye.